fun stitching. It didn't start out that way. My mom is an avid cross stitcher, and more than 20 years ago she sent me, or she set me up with this kit. So she put it all on stretcher bars and got it all ready, and this is how far I got. 3 letters and a bit. Wasn't really my thing back then, but I mean, I love the stuff my mom did and appreciated it, but I didn't really, appreciate it. I didn't realize inside how wonderful it was. So anyway, in 2018, my mom's favorite store, which was a needle art supply and custom picture framing shop called Sheena's Gallery, closed because the owner retired and couldn't find a buyer, and my mom was sad. So can't have a sad mom. So I bought the store. Having done almost no needle arts, I did a little bit of crochet, and certainly never framed anything. So yeah, so here I am 4 years later. It's finished. It was a sharp learning curve. My customers were very patient with me and helped me out a lot and told me stuff I didn't know and taught me a lot. And along the way, I also fell in love with stitching too. So that's cool. I changed the name of the store a couple of years ago to Lizzie B's. I didn't want to name it after myself. Lizzie B is after Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice, because it's one of my favorite books, and movies, every version. I love every version. And then recently we moved to a new location. I bought a place to move the store to, so we moved in November. So it's been 4 years now. There's still a lot of stuff I don't know, but doing it full time means that you learn stuff quickly. So I want to use this Flosstube channel to share my personal stuff and personal love of stitching, but also my professional knowledge. So stuff that I've learned from having to find things out when I had to answer questions for people, or things I've learned from sharing information with people that come in here. And some of the videos will be longer, some of them will be shorter, some will have guests. Hopefully all will have some useful information. I'll share some of my designs, like this one. So this was not stitched by me, but it was designed by me. It was stitched by one of our regulars named Rhonda, and it's not up on our website yet because I haven't taken it to the printers. So I have to get it printed first. And then it will be up there, and there's some others that I don't have with me right now, but in the future we'll look at those. Before buying the store, I worked as a recruiter. I repaired computers. I trained businesses in how to use their digital signage. I did graphic design. I did voiceover work, which I still do. I produced, directed, and performed in plays and musicals. I sang. I wrote screenplays, which I still do. And when my kids were little, I ran a home daycare, so I could be home with them. Also, I have a radio show every Monday from 3:30 to 6 on CJNU, which in Winnipeg is 93.7 FM. But you can also listen on their website at cjnu.ca. Let's see. Oh, before COVID hit, we were working on a TV show about embroidery for the Shaw Spotlight channel. It's called One Stitch at a Time. We have a website. There's not much up on it yet because we never got any episodes done because COVID hit right after they gave us some training and stuff, and right after that COVID hit, so we didn't get a chance to make episodes, but we're going to be back up and running, starting to work on stuff in August, and so that's exciting. So they're half-hour episodes. Each will be about a different type of embroidery, although the first episode will be sort of like an overarching history of embroidery in general. We're going to talk to people at the museum and hopefully some people at the Embroiderers Guild. So we'll talk to somebody about the history of it, and then we'll talk to somebody about the current application of it, and then we're going to take viewer questions for the expert, not me, the expert that comes in to tell us the current application. And show some photos of your work in that type. So for example, if we were talking about Hardanger, which is a Norwegian form of embroidery. We would talk to maybe somebody at like the Scandinavian Center or a museum or somewhere like that. And then for the current application, we're going to talk to a current designer, and then take your questions about Hardanger, and then take your get viewer photos and show them. So work that you did, or your mom did, or your grandma did. I like the way that people's stories about stitching sort of bring their family history in. Often, if people have learned to stitch through their parents or grandparents or whatever, that's the part that I like about it the most, is sort of the connection to people's pasts and people's stories and who they are and how they got there. And speaking of Scandinavian things, I am leaving right now. When I'm recording this, it's tomorrow that I'm leaving to spend a month in Iceland. I am of Icelandic descent. I've been taking Icelandic at the university for 2 years, and this is a month of learning at the university in Reykjavik, and so that's very exciting. And I'm going to try to go to all the stitchy shops while I'm there, and I'm going to be blogging about it on our blog, which I will put a link in the description for that, and see what I can find about the traditions there, stitching wise, that I can use for the show, and or just the blog, yeah, whichever. So that gets us to the fun part. So this is the stuff. So the other day I thought, okay, well, I have to take some projects, so what am I going to take? And so Samantha, who works here, she helped me find stuff, and we ran around like crazy and found things. So first off, there's this bag. So I do not generally take things from the store that could be for a customer. I generally try not to do that, because I just think I'd rather have it here for a customer. But this bag had been here a little while, which I didn't understand, because it's an awesome bag, and it hadn't sold, so and we had 2 of them, so I took one. And oddly enough, I loved it so much, I was telling a customer about it, and a few days later I sold the second one. And honestly, they'd been sitting there for months. So it's just a craft bag. This pocket holds my magnifiers, so I need that. So I'm just taking this whole bag to Iceland with me, and we have packed it with all sorts of stuff, and Samantha totally enabled me. And she has her own Flosstube, and I'm sure you know who she is. This little light is in this outside pocket, and then there's a big zipper here, opens the whole thing up, and there's all these little flappy bits. So in this pocket, I've just got yarn, because I want to make some dishcloths, so I'm going to knit some dishcloths. And then this colorful yarn and the white yarn is for my cat's Christmas stocking. Her name is Kiwi. You can probably see her hair on me, because she didn't want me to leave the house today. And so I make stockings, crochet stockings for my whole family. I have for years. That's the crochet that I knew how to do before I bought the store. The only thing I knew how to do. Stitchy stuff wise. Anyway, so that's for that. This is just some pockets in here. I got some highlighters, a stitch guide, a little org box that I made, and a little needle case that's got scissors and needles in it. It's magnetic. And then more pockets. I don't even know how well you can see this. Some spool wraps for wrapping the fabric. A little thing that you clip on, and then you put your scissors on and it stretches out. So you have your scissors with you all the time. Some needle tubes with some size 26 and 28 needles, and the tops are color coded so I know which is which. Needle threader, a little needle case, which we sell in the store, and I love these things because it's just like a magnetic needle case, and I didn't notice when I ordered them. It's got a little magnifier, and this is the coolest part, it's got a tiny little threader stuck in the back. I just thought that was cool. I like things that do more than one thing, and I didn't know it did that when I ordered them. Anyway, so I've got one of those in there. Tape measure, thread cutting ring, some scissors. This is just threads for a project that we're gonna get to. And then this stuff. So there's this, which I started because I couldn't wait, and it is this ink circles, and Samantha picked out the thread. It is Karen Water Lilies, and I don't have my glasses on, so I have no idea what that says. I think it's color number 184. Anyway, it's really pretty. It's not the color that's mentioned in this, but we thought it was nice. And so this I think I'm going to take on the plane. And then there's this, which is just a little guy, just the Little House Needleworks grocery store. And threads, which I think I had to substitute some stuff because I didn't have it. But that happens. Some extra fabric, some extra thread. I'm making a mess here. This is just my working copy. I just photocopy things so I can highlight them, of the Nora Corbett Letter Fairy L, and I'm doing it. Oh no, I'm dropping things. And this 32 count. Uh-oh, I've lost my needle. And what else? Oh, this little piece of hardanger. So when I first bought the store, I thought, okay, I got to learn how to do a little bit of everything. And this is one of the, I think this is the first thing that I did. Not this. I did one that, hang on, that was out of these colors. This sort of, I don't know if the shininess is going to be getting in the way, but this sort of greeny, yellowy color. But a customer of mine has that right now because she wanted, because somebody finished it for me. I didn't finish it because it made it into a little ornament that's like a cushion. And she wanted to copy how to finish it. So somebody has it right now. And then this is from this, because I was going to make this as a thank you to the person who taught me, and I'm still not done. And then we just picked out some colors for me to maybe do a little more because I have extra fabric in here. I don't really know that I'm going to have time to do all this stuff because I'm going to be there for a month, but I'm going to be in school every day during the week, and then doing touristy stuff and checking out Iceland and blogging and that sort of thing. So who knows? Samantha says she expects me to have the L Fairy done before I get back, so I guess I'll work on that one first. And that's about it. So thanks for watching. I will post again as soon as possible from Iceland. And have a great day.